Welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching us today. We're at IT Expo West 2011, and we're in Austin, Texas. And on our program is Ron Burns. He's the CEO of ProtonMedia.
That's right, sir. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being here. So I did some research on your website, and I was pretty blown away at what you guys are doing. Very cool avatar-like demo I saw. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your company?
So ProtonMedia is the maker of a product called Protosphere, and Protosphere is a collaboration and learning environment for the enterprise buyer. And each room in this environment is actually a Microsoft Link conference call. And each space is also enabled and connected to SharePoint. So the premise of the business is that meetings alone are not real collaboration and not real learning. A lot of our work lives are time-bound events, the conference call from 2 to 3, the learning sessions from 4 to 5. We've made each always-on, persistent 3D room an ongoing, permanent conference call. So you can think of this as a visual conferencing endpoint. Companies like Polycom, for example, have been making phones for years that they put in rooms, and you go into the room and you make a call. We've made the virtual room the call in this case, but the difference is all the artifacts of your collaboration and learning are left behind on a persistent basis, so your teams can come in and out of this space over time and distance to work more efficiently together. We're also leveraging the power of SharePoint in this case to use SharePoint Server 2010 Expertise Location Finder tied to Link contact cards to get avatars to move between spaces based on the relative social production and value they find there. So it's a mashup of social production, social media, unified communications, learning, and 3D virtual environment.
Now, how long have you been doing this?
We've been at this for quite some time. We started out about 10 years ago as a custom e-learning shop, and around 2006 or so released our very early version of this product. We really felt the need to upgrade the audio quality of the voice over IP, which got us moving into a Link edition of Protosphere about 18 months ago. And subsequently that has informed our roadmap and given us an opportunity to sell with the Microsoft UC ecosystem in the past 18 months.
So in terms of getting customers to really adopt this sort of technology in a large scale, what's needed?
Well, I've been, because we come out of learning and collaboration and we're not a pure unified communications player, it's been interesting for us to observe that unified communications is actually a hard concept to sell, because I think it's sold in at the IT level, and one of the effects of the Great Recession of the last few years is IT's gone in some respects. The IT department has been pushed aside. Our value proposition is really to the line leaders. Vice President of Sales Operations, by way of example, has a huge issue with, do I have a budget anymore for events? Do I have a budget for training? Can I fly these folks in? I want to keep them in the field so I can make more money in this recession, right? So a product like ours sold to the VP of Sales Operations for sales training, sales enablement, sales collaboration, is a way to create a high-value context for unified communications. So in some ways, our position is almost unified learning, if you will. Learning and collaboration to us are really the same thing. It's that speed of knowledge transfer that happens in the enterprise. And that's the language of the business buyer. That's not the language of the IT department. So I think in some ways we're very complementary to the folks trying to sell that hardcore IT infrastructure. And in particular, SharePoint we don't think is enabled for live communications that well. And we've seen a lot of our customers very excited to be able to say, we remember that document e-room thing, but in this case it's a real 3D room with people.
Now, do people walk around in your environment or not? They stay?
Yeah, so you assume an avatar and you walk around in 3D space, and you have voice over IP and text chat. And the breakthrough that we've come this fall with, our new version, allows you to also do live video. So you put your webcam up on a wall. So it's not an either-or endpoint. Are you doing live video? Are you doing avatar? You could choose the mode. You may have a presenter and video on the wall, and the avatar is participating. But we really see that a lot of people don't want to be on camera all day in the enterprise. It's embarrassing. It's to be on TV all day. So to be that perfectly coiffed avatar that looks perfect every time and work from home in your pajamas is really a fun way to collaborate across distance.
So Nortel has had a technology for a number of years called Project Chainsaw, and they integrated Diamondware, voice over IP, stereo, sound, and that became Web.Alive, which is now a product Avaya has. How are you positioning yourself against, or I guess in a complementary way. How do you see the two?
Well, we appreciate Avaya, and I respect the company quite a bit, but we definitely view Web Alive as a pure competitor. I would say we see them in accounts at this point. And for the enterprise buyer, there's kind of a decision there. You know, do you want to make a call on an Avaya UC stack with a very interesting 3D enablement on top, or do you want to make a call on the Microsoft UC stack with our solution installed? So that's kind of how the competitive landscape seems to be shaping up. As a founder of a small business, I appreciate the fact that a company the size of Avaya has jumped into this game, because I think it validates the market. There's no real market unless there's more than one player.
Right.
And you could have named RFPs. In the last 12 months, we've seen named RFPs for immersive 3D virtual environment. That was not something we saw 24 months ago. So my view is a real space is evolving here, and I'm excited to be part of it.
Great, and we're thrilled to have you on the program, and please keep us posted on your future accomplishments and success.
Great, appreciate your time today.